And spawning in the upper left. Oh, hey, there he is. He's Rogue.
And representing the yellow dragon, of course, in the yellow, it is the one and only, our very own RAGNAROK. Can he beat one of the very best Zergs in the world here today? Well, you know what? In these situations, you're always happy that it's the best of three, right? Rogue, and known to not always perform to his maximum in the group stages, so it's another little edge towards RAGNAROK that I would like to give him here. But yeah, guarantees I would throw out of the window. Little spawning pool first here from him.
Well, I mean, this is par for the course for RAGNAROK right now. I don't know how much you've been following the GSL run, but he has been cheeky in the way things are going. It's we have proxy hatches, we have early pools, we have all manner of things, but the thing I'm looking at, and for right now it looks like this will just be a 12 pool. You get 8 to 10, 8 to 12 really lings across the map. You put pressure on, you force Rogue to pull workers. You're trying to go and just make sure you can, well, I mean, you're not going to get the hatch, that's just not how it works at the highest level. But you're just trying to kill workers. You're trying to pull workers off mining. It's you know, you're trying to make life difficult for Rogue.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult for Rogue to figure out exactly what is the follow-up to this, right? Does he have a gas with it? Yes or no? How hard is he committing to this? So this Overlord is going to help him out a little bit with that information. Another Overlord helping him out with another bit of information.
I mean...
But, yeah.
I mean, realistically, Kozan, it doesn't really matter whether this is, I mean, okay, if it's unscouted, you can just die, but the response is the same regardless, right? Yeah, you hold off on the 19 drone, but really, oh, look at this though, we got a prison popping out here. RAGNAROK looking to make sure he gets the first couple lings. Here's the question: does Rogue cancel this, or does he say, I'm gonna let it go anyways? He's gonna try to wiggle his way on out. Oh, he gets one out. He does get one out. Well played from Rogue. But,
almost like two of them escaped there.
All right, looks like we unfortunately have a little bit of lag popping out here from our clean feed, so we're gonna pay attention to that, see what's up. All right, there we go. Now we're back. Maybe means that there's a little bit of, maybe a little bit less possibilities from RAGNAROK, but I think he only actually got like 6 lings, right? He didn't commit to the 8 to 12, so really the minimum commitment there just to try to force something off Rogue. But great job, Rogue, there. Yep. Not really overcommitting in the defense either.
Yeah, RAGNAROK is ahead with the 4 workers, though, which is pretty nice at this stage in the game. Rogue even, doubling down with the Evo Chamber and the Roach Warren there, not losing 2 drones, but furthering the lead there for RAGNAROK. A little bit. So that's kind of nice for him, right? Didn't expect that would be the way things ended up here.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny, actually, that we've seen both players open gasless in this game. I mean, sure. If you open 12 pool, more often than not, you will open gasless. That's fine. That's expected. You're going speed after that does tend to be, well, maybe not the best thing. But to see Rogue respond with gasless as well, which also is fair. Look, if your opponent's not going to have speed, you don't need to get really speed either if you're going to try to hit this timing. So as you said, minor lead for RAGNAROK. He's a little bit up in workers, but realistically, at this point, saying, oh, well, RAGNAROK's up a lot in workers, well, that's just, we're going to wait for them to pop out on the drones. So the game's going to continue on. All right, we're going to see this timing. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see who is able to maybe get their third faster, who's going to be able to run across. But, I mean, for now, Kozan, it's pretty much equal, at least as soon as we're going to see Rogue actually equal out the worker count.
Yeah, I guess if this was Rogue versus Rogue, I would like Yellow Rogue's bullets a bit better. Oh, no.
Not again.
Oh, dear, the whale's back. Man, so hard to get good whale service these days.
The whales, jeez, man.
The whales, yeah. I'll go play StarCraft 3. It's real life StarCraft at that point.
There we go. All right, so I think we're back. Hopefully this is the last time we have to contend with this one. And we're going to be good. So where were we?
Yeah.
We've had 2 pauses. I've totally forgotten the game state. I just know that StarCraft is happening. Look at this. Rogue, he's got his third base actually, oh no, a little bit slower than what RAGNAROK has, so that's something. Rogue, of course, though, he's in the more pushing position in this ZVZ. By taking the core third, it does mean that he's getting creeped a little bit earlier. It does mean that maybe he can be the one that looks to get aggressive in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just going to keep on growing here. I'm wondering if we're going to see either of these players really get aggressive for this time period. It's always a tough position to be in, right? Especially before you have your road speed. But RAGNAROK going to have that a little bit sooner. Might be tempted.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, Kozan, where, I mean, we see this happen in a lot of mirrors, where when you can build the same thing over and over again, and you can go and, well, and you have mirrored builds, because that is kind of functionally where RAGNAROK and Rogue are. I mean, sure, different openers, but they kind of got in the same spot in the end.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to attack, because you will always have less. Defender's advantage is a powerful, powerful thing. So you're going to look to maybe find harassment opportunities. You send 5 roaches over, they kill off some workers, and that builds you an eco lead that allows you to build more roaches. Or you find a macro lead, you do something, but actually full-scale attacks, for the most part, it really is not the most viable thing to do.
Yeah, it could only become a viable thing to do if you manage to out-position your opponents, right? In a way where you would lure most of his sources away some other place, and then you manage to run in a couple of roaches into a drone line, or you manage to, I don't know, get an extractor, or some small stuff here or there. But you're not gonna win by running across the map into your opposing enemy forces, which just have the defender's advantage at that point, right? There's just gonna be more of them.
And that you will. So we also got to remember, of course, that this is RAGNAROK's map pick. I assume that was because he wanted to go for an aggressive map for the 12th pool. But it does mean, at least in some way, shape, or form, he is maybe theoretically happy about how Berlingrad goes. But, I mean, again, I don't know how much we're going to see. The question then is who decides to transition, who stays in the mid game? We've seen some actually successful mid-game versus early lurker transition, because you might say, oh, well, lurkers, they're so good against roaches, who cares? Well, before they have their upgrades, it does happen, but look at this now. RAGNAROK moving on forward, not gonna creep down. He's gotta be careful of the biles. He will miss them here. Now he goes on in, catching these Ravagers as they look to morph on at 1. Ravager goes down, 2 goes down. The biles not really landing here for Rogue. RAGNAROK, he's got a 20 army supply lead, and Kozan, is RAGNAROK doing it here? Is he just gonna punch through in this game 1?
I think so, yeah. I mean, you know what? To hell with whatever I said out of the window. This is him just running across the map and shooting Rogue in the face. He's just like, yeah, no, you're going for a 4th base here already. You don't have that many Ravagers. They're still morphing. Let's just pull the trigger. Let's go.
All right, spawning in the bottom right. He is for Alpha X. It's RAGNAROK.
And the Dragon Phoenix Gamer, he will rise again. Perhaps this series right here in the blue. Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gamers. It's quite a powerful team. How many Dragon Phoenix Gamers are still in this tournament right now, actually?
I think all of them.
I'm gonna look it up. All of them? Holy moly.
We have Hero.
Hero, Cure, Dark, Rogue.
Yeah.
Well, we're missing Zest, I suppose, right? He was still trying to get into this tournament.
There is that. I mean, I don't know. Zest is, I mean, we're waiting on him to go to the military, right? It's been 2 years of, this is his last tournament before the military, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's been going on for a while. And I remember in like an interview quite a bit ago, where it was like, oh man, you're going to the military soon, and he was saying like, no, I'm not. It's still quite a while. I don't know why everyone is saying this all the time. I feel like it's still a bit in the distance. Although his perspective may have changed by now, but yeah, we've been saying that for such a long time, and he's still just here chilling.
He's having a good time.
We'll come to an end.
Exactly. So look at this, though. We got Rogue. This is a build that he actually did against Cyril when he got bopped in Katowice, where he takes the natural at the gold. And we saw Cyril in that game. He just hit a really nice time. He was on 2 bases, hit a lot of roaches across the map. It's fine. We're going to have to see how RAGNAROK responds. There are a couple different ways to do it. Of course, you can try to go and stop at 27 workers and flood lings across the map and just hope that your opponent can't react at both spots at once. But the more typical one that we see is, okay, I'm going to wait a little longer. I acknowledge being behind, but I'm going to get like 3 Ravagers, and I'm just going to, or even just Roaches. I'm going to sit behind your mineral line, and yeah, who cares that you got a gold? You can't defend it. You don't get to mine.
Yeah. It's a rough choice to really make here, because if you make 2 little Roaches or Ravagers, right, and Roaches gets a couple of Zerglings, gets a surround on those units quite quickly, then I feel like, yeah, it is such a rough choice to make. I feel like just Rogue doing a good choice, grabbing that gold. Right, the only way you get punished for this is, I feel like, a 1 base play maybe.
Interesting. So we're actually seeing RAGNAROK go for a Baneling Nest here. Now, okay, so there's some defensive arguments for that, right? You know that your opponent's gonna have a lot of minerals, so okay, maybe there's a Link Flood on the horizon, but I gotta say I'm a little bit surprised to see that, because generally we would see that Roach transition, but there we go. RAGNAROK on 27 workers. He's flooding the links. 22 are on the way. He's gonna look to try to break break Rogue before he's able to really take advantage of things. He's been doing a really good job of hiding things out, and there we go. Speed is done. Kozan, is this gonna work?
It very well could. I'm still looking at Rogue supplies. Army is still at 12. But he doesn't have a Baneling nest at all. So this could be quite difficult for him to hold. Not that many Zerglings here either. His queens are far apart, so yeah, man, this could just kill him, with him trying to take a 3rd base as well. Those Zerglings chasing the other Zerglings almost into the Banelings. That was pretty neat.
Oh man, yeah, that was almost so sick there. We saw the Banelings just morphing up north, but look at this, the 3rd base. Yeah. I guess we should call this the natural is absolutely broken here. The Lings have gone down. Banelings, they're just a guardian force, so yeah, sure, you got a gold here, Rogue, but you got to make your base and defense it. And that's the thing. He's not allowed to here. Zerglings, they're piling on in 1, 2 at a time as they do slowly go on down. You want to be careful here, RAGNAROK. Do not lose your Banes. You're going to lose 1, but the 3rd base is down. And before the timing, before Carapace is done, and that's it. RAGNAROK in the upset. He's got game 2. He's going to the winner's match.